Welcome, everyone, to Enlightened World Network. I'm your host, Sue Seekoff. Today, on our show, A Meditation a Day, we have a remarkable guest speaker, Dr. Jane Mountrose. She's a holistic healing pioneer and the co-director of Awakenings Institute with her husband, Phillip Mountrose. Hi, Jane. Welcome.
Hi, Sue. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
It's always such a pleasure to have you.
Well, thanks. And this is Buddy. I don't know if he'll stay or not, but he likes these things.
We love having Buddy here today.
So he just kind of sits.
So we're looking forward to your guided meditation. So why don't you tell us about it and start whenever you're ready?
Okay. Thanks, Sue. I was telling Sue, the one that I'm doing today is something that I do a lot myself, and that Philip and I, my husband and I, have been teaching for years and years and years. Something actually connecting in this way with truth and guidance has been, to me, the most transformational thing that ever happened to me, and I still do it and teach it, and it's really helpful to clients too. So I thought, well, I'll do it here. So as an overview, the process focuses on connecting with the love we hold in our hearts and souls, you could say, which that's the place that is the source for our truth and inner guidance. And to me, connecting with the love in the heart is like the foundation for everything, because you want to be in a centered state, really, to be the best you can be. In other words, if you want to just have access, you could say, to your full range of resources, your guidance does exist in this place. At least this is the way that I understand it. And so that's the way we're going to present it. It's also the ultimate goal, to me, of spiritual growth. It's a journey from fear to love. So by connecting with love, we get more of a sense of where it is that we want to be, and what also is possible for humanity if we're able to create a more loving world. So this version of it, which has evolved over the years, is one that we teach to our students we have a coaching program and a spiritual guide certification program. And it also is a place, it's like going to, we call it the perfect place for connecting with your soul. And it's a place where you can connect with archangels, goddesses, gods, masters. You can use it as a preparation for going into the Akashic records, as a place for healing. There are so many things that can happen there. It also builds on your uniqueness. That idea of going to the perfect place for you means that it is different, possibly, from anybody and everybody, which I would certainly validate from the experience I've had with different people, is that it's not just one thing. And going to the perfect place for you is what's most harmonious and enlightening and enriching for you. As a note of that, if you think, well, I don't know what that is, you don't have to know what it is or think about it. In fact, it's better not to. It will just come into your awareness perfectly in the moment as we go through the process. So with that, we can begin. And one thing I feel is that it's important to approach a process like this as a blessing and a gift from the divine, because we are going into the higher realms, and we are going to invite higher beings to offer us blessings. So it is sacred, and I just think it's helpful to honor that energetically by bringing the best in us into it, which is the idea. So with that, we can start by opening or closing your eyes, closing your eyes if you're in a place where it's safe to do so. And just starting to breathe in. You can ask for the most amazing light from the universe, love, peace, happiness, whatever feels right to you, just breathing in the most magnificent love and light for you. And then as you exhale, releasing. So you're letting go of any energy that might be holding you down, anything that's heavy or any energy you just don't need in this moment. Breathing in that beautiful light, love, happiness, joy, whatever, again. And feeling yourself becoming lighter with every breath. And with that, you can just suggest to your rational mind that it would be a nice nice to allow it to relax for now, because it can come back later and evaluate. What we want to do now is have the experience to be able to really connect deeply with our hearts. And so sometimes I breathe in that light into my mind, into my brain, and allow any extraneous thoughts to just drift off in little bubbles, kind of like a cosmic or a comic book, a cosmic book. And just letting your mind relax along with the rest of your body. Asking any energy that is not your own to leave your space now, with your intention. You're sending energy that you've picked up from other people, other places, other times. Just sending it back where it came from lovingly, because that gives you more space energetically for your own energy. So just allowing that energy to go back where it came from. And similarly, asking any energy of your own that you've left in other times, in other places, and with other people to come back to you now, any energy of your own that's available to come back. Because we lose ourselves in the midst of so many things that are going on. And then continuing to breathe, you might notice as you breathe now that you feel more present in your body, which is the goal. We want to, as I mentioned before, bring the best of ourselves to the process. Well, excuse me. I neglected to disconnect the phone. And just continuing. Now, breathing that light into the area around your heart. And the heart space is also the space where the soul connects most firmly with the body. So as you're breathing light in there, you're activating love in your heart and soul. You're activating your soul's energy, which is the part of you that receives the guidance and wisdom that is so helpful for your life, can really change your life. And with that, we want to breathe in even lighter energy now. We're going to rise up to a beautiful mountaintop, a magnificent mountaintop. It's high up enough that there's a 360-degree view of the whole world around us. There's that sense of being on top of the world there. So just breathing in more light and imagining that you can rise up safely and gently all the way to the mountaintop. And then sensing when you get there that you can stand there and gaze out for miles and miles around you. And all these things, rising up and gazing out at an expansive view, they also expand your awareness. So that's what we're doing as we progress here. So looking out over that expansive view, and also the magnificent beauty of our world, which we often miss because we're so busy with the things that we're up to. And then just breathing in that fresh air, the kind of air that you feel in the mountains that is different from anywhere else. Maybe a gentle breeze, perfect temperature, with the sun shining down, blessing you with light, more light. And again, focusing on the love in your heart, breathing more light in there and allowing that love in your heart to expand out so that it's touching every cell in your body. So every cell receives love, and then expanding out and filling that whole field of energy around you that is your energy field. So you have a ball of light around you. And a lot of times also we compress that energy. We have to fit into a smaller space. Now you can just expand out. This is your time and your place. So just feeling that energy expanding out. And the idea there is you're allowing yourself to be more you. Just there's more of you and more acceptance of yourself. You might notice also just being connected with that love in your heart that you do feel different about yourself. And this is one of the primary messages for sure, is that we start to view ourselves as the magnificent spiritual beings who we really are. In our busy world, it's easy for us to lose that. But each of us is a magnificent spiritual being. And the place that you could say the creator resides in us. We are creators because the creator resides in us. And the place where the creator resides in us is in our hearts, that heart center, right in the center of our chest, where there's a threefold flame of love, truth, and wisdom. Love, truth, and power. Truth and wisdom being similar. So we hold all of those potentials in our heart that can blossom and bring more of who we are into our worlds. And here I'd also like to invite Archangel Metatron to join us as a guide on this journey, because Archangel Metatron is a magnificent archangel who is supporting us at this time of awakening. We can ask him to surround us with love and light, raising our vibration even more. And Metatron's energy often is perceived, if you're visual, as kind of a sparkling golden white energy. You might feel it sparkling around you and within your body. You can invite it to do so. You might just feel his love also. And just relax with it. Allow yourself that space to just appreciate being here and being with him and many other beings of light who are surrounding us. And having that intention of receiving, being able to receive truth or healing, activations of higher energies, whatever is right for us. As we take a final step, we're still not at the perfect place yet. Although going to the mountaintop is a wonderful thing you can do anytime. Very easy, and it does tend to lift your spirits. So highly recommended. The final step here is that we're going to rise up higher into the cosmos. And in that step, we're also rising through the atmosphere. So we're freeing ourselves completely from all the mass consciousness thought forms that may be also holding us down. And with that, you might feel even more energy releasing. So we're going up basically into the universe, into the stars. And for each of us, looking for the brightest star in the sky. And if you are more of a feeling person, just feeling where that might be. The brightest star in the sky, which is the perfect place for meeting with your soul. So just imagine going there now. And as you arrive, notice what kind of a place that is. It might be a higher dimensional scene of something that you recognize on Earth, or it might be a very cosmic scene. It might be a special temple. It could be many, many things. A crystalline structure could be there. Whatever it is for you, just be open to what it is for you. And there you'll find a place where you can rest, maybe sit or lie and relax for a few moments as we continue. Again, just relaxing and allowing yourself that space to breathe and just be. And then from this place, we can also open to more divine light. And something for me that I find is just so wonderful, I guess, what can I say, is to ask for the goddess of light to bless us with a cascade of loving light. This is the being also known as Amaryssus, as an ascended master, Amaryssus, the goddess of light. And just ask her to bless us with light. This is something I often do as I wake up in the morning, just ask Amaryssus to be with me and to bless me with a cascade of loving light. And just feel that again. Allow it to surround you. Might be clearing out some things around you and into your body. We want to bring light into all of the cells of our body and within the cells, into all of the atoms. Because in the, you could say, I guess, the at the most basic level, what we're talking about at an atomic level, I guess, is clearing out that space between the electrons in the atoms. There's actually more space in us than solid. And the electrons are the part of us that spins and represents our life force. So the more freely the electrons can spin, the higher our vibration. So as we're bringing in more light, we can be clearing out those spaces around the electrons. And if that sounds like too much, just imagine breathing in light and increasing your vibration and feeling that life energy. It is the life energy that is carrying us forward, that fire. And feel it flowing all through your body. You can also imagine it kind of like you're opening all the windows in your body and allowing the energy to flow through. Also from the space, I just want to mention things that you can do here. You can take time here to ask for guidance on any issues that you're experiencing, or anything you want to know. Like something we could focus on for a moment now is who you really are. We make ourselves into these small human beings when we're actually something very different. And when you connect with the truth in your heart, you can get a real sense of that can change your life. So just notice what you sense from that. And sometimes I write down what I'm receiving in guidance from about that and other things. It also is a space, as I suggested, for clearing anxiety, confusion, whatever keeps us stuck, and coming up into this higher dimensional place is very valuable for that too, because just the going into this different realm, you could say, clears a lot of the chaotic energy that we're dealing with when we're on Earth. It also is a place, if you connect with angels or want to, can connect with archangels and masters like Amaryssus and so many more. And they are here for us, but they cannot connect with us without us, with our free will, requesting it. I wanted to also particularly today invite one of the most amazing cosmic beings who is available to join us, who is known as the Divine Director. It's a masculine energy. And the Divine Director is actually the way that I somewhat came into contact with him is I wondered, I had the question of who is, if we all have teachers, which we do, these beings who want to teach us, who are the teachers of the teachers? Like I wondered who was Jesus's teacher and who was the teacher for Saint Germain? And I was told it was the divine director. And the divine director holds the blueprint of what you could call the mind of God. So when we connect with him, we can ask him, if you wish, to connect you with that blueprint, what that feels like. And of course, when you come to the essence of it, the blueprint is love. The thing with having access to these divine beings is that the divine love that they they can share with us is so much more, at least for me, than I could ever have imagined. So if you're open to it, just open to that loving light from the divine director. And feel it again around you and through your body. And this is light that is so bright it might clear out. You might, if you think of anxieties that you have or fears or reservations of some kind, or if you feel stuck, you can just ask that love to get to break through the stuckness and feel more of who you really are. And that's the point. The whole point is to embrace the truth of who we are as magnificent spiritual beings, and that it is all love. We are divine love. So just feel that around you and in your body. And again, through all the cells and atoms. The opening to the divine. And I invite you also just to notice what it is about this space that you could call an anchor that might remind you of it enough that you could just easily come back to it. For myself, I have my place where I go. I can just go there almost instantaneously now by breathing in light and, of course, releasing some of the energy as we did at the beginning. And then just have it as your space, a special space. Maybe you have one already. Maybe you have a special place you go to. If not, maybe this will be it. So you can remember it. You can imagine if there was a color that represented it, what would that be? And surround yourself with that color. So you can, whenever you surround yourself with that color, you can be back in touch with the divine. And before we return, I want to thank Archangel Metatron and the Goddess of Light and the Divine Director for being with us. And now we can prepare to return to the place where we started. Just gradually, again, drifting back down. And when we do that, we don't have to forget. We don't have to forget who we are. We can bring that with us, coming right back down where you started, where you're seated or resting, feeling your feet on the floor, grounding yourself completely. And breathing in more active energy to return yourself to your normal waking state. So just breathing in active energy. Again, thanking all of the beings who have supported us. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Thank you, Jane.
You're welcome.
Astoundingly beautiful journey.
Oh, good. Yeah. I just, I love Amaris. Well, Metatron. There are so many beings I I really enjoy. Amaryssus, I think it's interesting because Amaryssus is not a being who is very well known. I came across her somehow. I can't remember. I just ran into her one of these kind of things. She is the light is just she's just pure light.
Mhm. Yeah.
Feels wonderful.
When you share her with us, it's such a gift.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad. It's a gift to me. And as I said, I think it's a wonderful thing to do when you wake up. If you remember it, just ask Amaryssus to bless you with light. You know, it's a great way to start the day.
It's a great idea.
Works. For me anyhow.
Mm. Yeah. Well, feeling quiet. So
And I think that's part of it too, is just allowing ourselves the space to be peaceful.
mm.
You know, not to feel like we're rushing through this to the next thing. We're here. You know, we're just here. And
Yeah.
getting more of a sense of what that means. Because to me, I think, well, there was a time when I thought that I had no value or meaning. And I think many people feel that way. But when you do a process like this, you can't help but get a sense of yourself as something else than that, something larger and more valuable. Like everyone has value. We're all uniquely wonderful, magnificent.
Enlightened World Network is a community of light workers, and
Right. So there is a mutual understanding.
these meditations really lift us up and connect us. And I'm so grateful for you
Oh, thank
come
you.
here today and share this with us.
Yeah.
Truly, thank you.
Oh, thank you. I enjoyed it. I think I get as much as anybody from these things. It is, and it's to me, it's a pleasure, I think, to talk about the soul and the heart and love and really simplify what it's all about because it can become pretty complicated too.
Yeah, you do have a way of keeping things simple, but helping us connect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your gift.
Yeah. Well, it certainly, it's been so meaningful to me. And interestingly, with clients and students, and I notice it's more readily noticeable with clients when they come to me and there's all this stuff going on, which it happens. I mean, we all have stuff going on. And so I'm asking in my own mind, okay, so where do we start? And what I often get, and I think what often makes the biggest difference, it's one of the top two, is just centering yourself.
Mm.
You know, once you're centered, it's like, oh, now I understand. It's like here's an alternative to that. And it puts the chaos into order. Like then you can tell what's important and just everything makes so much more sense. And anybody can do it. Right? So why not?
Well, you gave us a couple tools by sharing in the beginning of the meditation a few things that we can do to center.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that for me, that part about asking energy and not that's not your own to leave your space and bring your own back, I think that's something I do a lot regularly because um, even though I'm focused on it always is affecting us. We're affected by, I'm looking out the window, um, the world around us. And of course, the more we're out in the world and we're out amongst different kinds of people, we do pick up a lot of things and we lose parts of ourselves. A lot of times people talk to me about that. It's like, I've lost myself. I don't even know who I am anymore.
No.
And it's because we've picked, well, it's in a way, you can't say it's your fault. It's just we pick up all that energy from other people and bits of ourselves get kind of scattered around. And of course, that's what happens. Then we kind of forget.
Well, it's helpful to learn and be reminded that we can clear our energy and release, and we can do it a couple times a day.
Right. Yeah, it takes almost no time. And interestingly, I think if you just stop even for a few minutes or a couple minutes, or just stop and focus on breathing and ask for the universe to allow you to breathe in the most amazing light for you. I don't know when I decided on that, but we do have a choice. We're creators, so why not have the best?
Makes
And so just a few breaths, like taking 3 wonderful, relaxed breaths of bringing in and then releasing with the exhale, can make a big difference in a minute or two.
Mhm.
So it all helps, all of the steps. And I think I don't know if you do the mountaintop thing. I know Ruth does. We talk about that sometimes. But that just the process, a simple imagery is so powerful. You know, it's that idea, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Just imagining rising to a beautiful, you know, mountaintop with a glorious view of the world. It changes your state. It does. I don't know if it can help it. Some clients I've had, that's all we do. We just go to the mountaintop and and find out what's happening.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really well, there's so much here, you know, it's just amazing. And something I really love is that I never get tired of this stuff. Now, I used to be an architect and I got really tired of that. And that was when I changed into Phillip and I actually we started with healing and then approaching a lot of different things. But that was decades ago, and I'm still maybe even more excited about it than I was then.
That's a sign you love what you do.
Right. Yeah. Well, and I think if you're looking at spiritual growth, it's like they say the sky's the limit. The sky's not the limit. It's like there is no limit to the potential of what you can explore and always new possibilities.
So tell us about your work at Awakenings Institute.
Yeah, Awakenings Institute it's a nonprofit organization that we started, and it's devoted to creating a more loving world. Obviously, that's our focus. And we have programs, and we've written books, and we have programs. The main thing we focus on is we have a program, coaching and healing certification program, and a spiritual guide certification program. Uh, and both of them help to provide tools and possibilities. We have our spiritual guide certification program. The latest course for this actually just started this week. So if anybody is still interested, in that course we connect. This one we're connecting with the masters and gods and goddesses, and we use Oracle and Tarot as tools for insights and it just making connections. That was how it started for us, is like, how are we going to be able to connect with more of these angels and masters and beings who are around us? And so that got us started with that. Anyhow, I wanted to provide a link if anybody's interested, because you still can join, and these are life-changing courses. I'm giving you a tiny URL because I'll give you the website, the main address, but it's long to get to the page that I'm recommending. So it's tinyurl.com/spirit-course. That's for the spiritual guide certification program. You can also go to our website at itsgettingthrough.org, gettingthru.org/spiritual is where you'll find this course and many other things. We have a very large website that we started in the 90s, late 90s. So there's a lot on it, and free things. We offer consultations, oracle readings, tarot readings, and these programs, I think, are the things that are most transformational for people, because they occur over a period of time and they're live. So people make big changes and meet other like-minded people, which is really helpful too.
Yeah, so they study and they also heal themselves.
Right, yes. Right. They learn a lot of things. And of course, we started when we really got into this journey, we started with healing. So the healing part of it is really an important one for us. And we've learned a lot. So we share a lot. People say we over deliver. So that makes me feel good.
Well, we invite everyone who's listening to join Jane at her website and learn more about her programs. And to all of you who have joined us today, thank you for coming to Enlightened World Network. We offer guided meditations every day and other types of programs, so do come back. And we're so grateful to have you with us. Thank you, Jane, for being here today.
Oh, thank you, Sue.
To everyone, take care, and we look forward to your next visit with us. Good night. Okay.
We're off.